The Suwalki Gap, a 60-mile stretch of land along the Polish-Lithuanian border, represents a critical vulnerability for NATO. This narrow corridor serves as the only land link between the Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, and the rest of the alliance. Its strategic significance cannot be overstated. Should Russia gain control of the Suwalki Gap, the Baltic states would be effectively cut off from their NATO allies, leaving them highly vulnerable to Russian aggression. This geographical choke point has become a focal point of military strategists and policymakers alike. Its capture would represent a significant strategic victory for Russia, potentially altering the security landscape of Eastern Europe. The Kremlin's awareness of the Suwalki Gap's importance is evident in its military exercises and posturing in the region. The vulnerability of the Suwalki Gap is further heightened by its proximity to the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad, heavily militarized and home to Russia's Baltic Fleet, poses a direct threat to the corridor. The ability to quickly reinforce and resupply its forces in Kaliningrad is paramount for Russia, and control of the Suwalki Gap would provide a vital land bridge. In essence, the Suwalki Gap represents a high-stakes pressure point in the NATO-Russia dynamic. Its seizure would not only isolate the Baltic states but also deal a significant blow to NATO's credibility and cohesion. As a result, the security of this narrow corridor remains a top priority for the alliance. Recent activities by Russia and its Belarusian ally have significantly heightened concerns surrounding the Suwalki Gap. The presence of approximately 10,000 Wagner Group mercenaries in Belarus near the Polish border is a particularly worrying development. These mercenaries, known for their ruthlessness and lack of accountability, could be used to stage provocations or even a limited incursion into the Suwalki Gap. Belarus, under the authoritarian rule of Alexander Lukashenko, has increasingly aligned itself with Moscow. Provocative actions by Belarusian forces, including airspace violations of Poland and military exercises simulating an attack on the Suwalki Gap, have further escalated tensions. This close cooperation between Russia and Belarus raises concerns about a coordinated effort to destabilize the region. Adding to these concerns is the potential for Russia to employ hybrid warfare tactics, blurring the lines between conventional and irregular warfare. Of particular concern is the possibility of Russian soldiers disguising themselves as Belarusian troops, a tactic that could sow confusion and allow Moscow to maintain plausible deniability. Furthermore, Russia's well-documented capabilities in cyber warfare and disinformation campaigns pose a significant threat. Cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure in the Baltics, coupled with disinformation aimed at undermining public trust in NATO, could create chaos and weaken the alliance's response in the event of a conflict. In the face of these challenges, NATO has taken steps to strengthen its deterrent posture and demonstrate its commitment to defending the Suwalki Gap and the Baltic states. Large-scale military exercises, such as Defender Europe 24, have served as a powerful signal of unity and resolve. These exercises allow NATO forces to practice their response to a potential Russian incursion and demonstrate their ability to rapidly reinforce the region. Recognizing the need for a more persistent presence, NATO has also increased its military footprint in the region. Poland, in a clear demonstration of its commitment to defending the Suwalki Gap, has deployed 10,000 troops to its border with Belarus. Other NATO allies have also contributed forces and equipment, bolstering the alliance's ability to deter and, if necessary, defend against aggression. Beyond conventional military measures, NATO is also actively enhancing its cyber defenses and intelligence sharing capabilities. Recognizing the asymmetric threat posed by Russia's cyber and disinformation operations, the alliance is working to improve its resilience against these tactics. This includes strengthening critical infrastructure, countering disinformation narratives, and enhancing the sharing of intelligence among member states. The situation surrounding the Suwalki Gap remains tense and uncertain. Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine serves as a stark reminder of its willingness to use military force to achieve its objectives. The Kremlin's continued aggressive rhetoric and military posturing near the Suwalki Gap suggests that the threat of conflict remains very real. NATO's enhanced deterrent posture, coupled with its commitment to collective defense, serves as a powerful deterrent against Russian aggression. However, the alliance must remain vigilant and prepared for a wide range of potential scenarios, including hybrid warfare tactics and provocations that could escalate into a larger conflict. The future security of the Suwalki Gap and the Baltic states will depend on a continued commitment from NATO allies to maintain a credible deterrent, strengthen their defenses, and adapt to the evolving nature of the threat posed by Russia. The alliance must remain united, resolute, and prepared to respond decisively to any aggression. The stakes are simply too high to allow the Suwalki Gap to become a flashpoint in a wider European conflict.